Hi everyone, I am Arpita Sharma back with the mega mock test from the perspective of UPSC. As you all know that we started this mega mock test few days back wherein in total we have completed 20 questions and there were total 40 questions in this test. तो अभी आज हम next 10 questions complete करेंगे. हमने starting के 20 questions तो easily solve कर दिए हैं. अब next 10 questions complete करेंगे and then the fourth lecture will be covering the last 10 questions and total 40 questions will be covered. Now you have to let me know your score in each of these tests. आप हर इस टेस्ट में हर लेक्चर में नीचे अपने स्कोर्स मुझे जरूर बताना. Do not hesitate in disclosing your scores and you all know that each question is of 2 marks. There is a negative marking of 0.75 marks and we are conducting this test in the on the same patterns of that of the preliminary examination. जैसे कि prelims के एग्जाम का पैटर्न होता है ना, उसी सेम पैटर्न पे हम इस टेस्ट को भी कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं. तो ये टेस्ट ना आपके लिए ही बेनिफिशियल है, तो इसमें आप हेजिटेट मत करना, अपने स्कोर्स बताओ, अटेम्प्ट करो टेस्ट को, बिकॉज योर अटेम्प्ट मैटर्स यार, आपका अटेम्प्ट मैटर करता है. द वंस हु आर नॉट इवन अटेम्प्टिंग द मॉक्स, दे आर वेरी स्केयर्ड, दे आर वेरी अफ्रेड टू फेस द चैलेंज, बट यू गाइज हु आर अटेम्प्टिंग द मॉक्स, यू आर नॉट स्केयर्ड ऑफ फेसिंग योर बैटल्स. क्योंकि अगर आप डर जाओगे बैटलफील्ड को देखकर ही, फिर क्या फायदा. रिजल्ट अगर जीतना भी लिखा होगा किस्मत पे, वो भी नहीं मिल पाएगा, क्योंकि आप तो इतने डरे हुए थे कि आपने बैटल का सामना ही नहीं किया. सो बी द हीरो ऑफ योर ओन स्टोरी. यू डू नॉट हैव टू शो एनीबडी एल्स व्हाट स्कोर्स यू आर गेटिंग, इवन इफ यू आर गेटिंग 1 mark or 0 mark. If you are attempting, that counts. That means you are strong enough to face your challenges, strong enough to face your preparation. Okay, so please attempt this test and let me know your scores in the comment section. So we are starting with question number 21. सबसे पहले हम question 21 से start कर रहे हैं. Which of the following would be considered as foreign direct investment? Now these kind of topics you often see them in your Hindu newspaper or Indian Express newspaper, whichever newspaper you are studying. आप जो भी न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ रहे हो उसमें इस तरीके के टॉपिक्स तो आप डेली देखते ही देखते हो, ठीक है. एंड दैट इज वेयर वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर वेल, बिकॉज जब हम इन आर्टिकल्स को देखते हैं, न्यूज टॉपिक्स को देखते हैं, हम उन्हें पढ़ के स्किप कर देते हैं, बट वी हैव टू डेल्व डीपर इनटू दीज टॉपिक्स, बिकॉज यूपीएससी में प्रीलिम्स में इन टॉपिक्स के ऊपर क्वेश्चंस काफी पूछे जाते हैं. ऑलराइट, सो व्हाट वी डू वी अंडरस्टैंड बाय फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट. So let us understand first that, okay, foreign direct investment is a category. Please write it down. इस चीज को आप लिख भी सकते हो साथ साथ ना, keep preparing. It's a category of, write it down, cross border investment. That means when you invest in other countries, when you invest out of the border of your own nation, that is cross border investments. Okay, and in these kind of investments, the resident, write it down, the resident in one economy, एक economy का जो resident होता है, he establishes or she establishes, write it down, they establish a lasting interest. That means a long term interest. Lasting interest means long term interest in the enterprise or company of another economy. ठीक है, तो ये बेसिक डेफिनेशन हो गई. इफ somebody asks you what is foreign direct investment in the interview, okay, what you will explain, how you will explain that it's a kind of or cross border investment wherein person of one economy or one country, he or she establishes a long term interest in the company or the nature of work in another economy and then he or she invest in it. So that is foreign direct investment. Now let us answer this question. Which of the following statements could be considered as a foreign direct investment? A foreign merchant banker buying shares from Indian stock market. A foreign entity setting up an educational institution in India. A foreign company buying shares in stock exchanges in India. A foreign country pension fund investigating in Indian stock market. So here the correct answer would be, यहाँ पर correct answer क्या हो जाएगा, जल्दी से बताओ. Now here D option is absolutely wrong. Foreign country pension fund investing in Indian stock market, ये तो आपका automatically खत्म हो जाएगा, ठीक है. C option देख लेते हैं, ठीक है. C option is saying foreign company buying shares in stock exchanges in India. Foreign merchant banker buying shares from Indian stock market. फॉरेन एंटिटी सेटिंग अप एन एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन इन इंडिया। देखो इसमें एंटिटी इन्वॉल्व है, वो क्या कर रहे हैं, हमारे एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन, हमारे एजुकेशन की फील्ड में, एकेडमिक की फील्ड में इंटरेस्ट दिखा रहे हैं, बिकॉज द रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर एन एफडीआई इज lasting interest. When you have a long term interest in particular sector or enterprise in another country, here the person is showing interest in the academics or the educational sector in India, so he is setting up an educational institution in India. That is foreign direct investment. यही आपका हो जाएगा foreign direct investment. So B is the correct answer. B आपका यहाँ पर करेक्ट आंसर हो जाएगा. रिमेंबर, कैटेगरी क्रॉस बॉर्डर इन्वेस्टमेंट wherein there should be a lasting interest, long term interest. All right. Here in other options they are buying shares. Shares को तो कभी भी बेचकर आप भाग सकते हो. You can sell the shares and just go away, go back to your country. The interest is not a lasting interest. But if you are setting up an educational institution in some other country, that shows your lasting interest in the field of education in that country. So that is why B is the correct answer. This is how you do not have to cram the definition. Okay, if you are just cramming the definition, you will think that all the options are correct. अगर आप रट्टा लगा रहे हो definition का तो आपको लगेगा भाई सारे option ही सही है, but नहीं, अगर आपने definition को समझा है, only then you can answer the question. That is why again and again I say, please do not cram things, please understand and analyze. Only then you can clear almost any exam in this nation. Moving forward to the next question, the term demographic trap is used by demographers to describe the combination of sub-replacement level fertility rates, high fertility rate, declining mortality, increasing mortality. So first let us understand what is the meaning of the term demographic trap. So demographic trap is a combination of increasing or high fertility rate. Fertility rate का मतलब क्या हो जाता है? It means birth rate, and decreasing or declining mortality rate. Mortality rate means the death rates. Okay. In a developed or developing countries, not developed, developing countries. तो developing countries के अंदर जब fertility rate बढ़ रहा होता है और mortality rate घट रहा होता है, तो उससे क्या होता है, population growth rate बढ़ जाता है. Because of that, population growth rate और PGR will increase. So high fertility combined with declining mortality, it happens when a developing country moves through the demographic transition of becoming developed. Okay, that is the demographic trap. Demographic trap इसका मतलब क्या होता है, जब आप फंस जाते हो, when you are trapped, it's a condition where nation has passed through the process of lowering death rate. Mortality rate has decreased, but it has not been able to lower the birth rates. Fertility rate तो increase हो ही जा रही है, because of which the ecological balance it gets disturbed. That is demographic trap. ठीक है, when in a country mortality rates have declined but fertility rates or birth rates are increasing, because of which the nation's ecological carrying capacity is declining. The balance, ecological balance is declining. Resource का जो balance है वो decline हो रहा है. It results in fall in the living standards. Okay, so that is the demographic trap. So the term demographic trap is used by demographers to describe combination of sub-replacement level fertility rates, high fertility rate, declining mortality, increasing mortality. You have to choose the correct option. यहाँ पर आपको correct option choose करना है. So which is the correct option? Very easy, बहुत ही easy है. I told you high fertility rate and declining mortality. तो हो गया ना, 2 and 3 are correct. Sub replacement level fertility rate नहीं, ये नहीं है. Increasing mortality, अरे नहीं भाई. Demographic trap means mortality is decreasing, birth rate is increasing. So 2 and 3 are correct. And see, that is how you get your answer. कितना easy था, but how it became easy when you understood the concept of demographic trap. जब आप इसके concept को समझ गए तो मार्क करना भी easy हो गया आंसर, right? तो इसीलिए आपको ये रटना नहीं पड़ेगा. Now you will never have to cram this concept. अब आपके दिमाग में fit हो गया है. Okay? So before we move ahead, here's a small announcement for all of you. आपके लिए एक छोटी सी announcement. Unacademy has launched Unacademy All India Prelims Mock Test. Now this is known as UAI PMT 2022. So if you are preparing for your 2022 prelims, or even if you are preparing for 2023, now you can give the test of mock test of prelims in an actual prelims stimulated environment. एक prelim stimulated environment में अब आप अपना mock test दे सकते हो, so that you can feel actually or experience in reality the the actual, you can say, इन्वायरमेंट ऑफ प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम, जो एक्चुअल प्रीलिम्स का इन्वायरमेंट होता है, उस सिमुलेशन में आप इस टेस्ट को देंगे, मॉक टेस्ट को देंगे, तो आप पहले से बिफोर हैंड एक्चुअल एग्जाम को एक्सपीरियंस कर पाएंगे. एंड व्हेन यू एक्सपीरियंस एंड देन प्रैक्टिस, इट बिकम्स मोर एंड मोर स्ट्रॉन्ग. आपकी जो पढ़ाई है, तैयारी है, प्रिपरेशन है, और स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाती है जब आप पहले से जो एग्जाम रियल होने वाला है उसका एक्सपीरियंस लें और प्रैक्टिस करें. ओके, सो अनअकैडमी इज लॉन्चिंग टेस्ट सेंटर्स इन 11 cities: Delhi, Prayagraj, Jaipur, Patna, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Lucknow, Chennai, Kolkata and Bhopal. And the test will be same pattern of that of prelims. GS का test होगा 9:30 से 11:30 and CSAT will be from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. and it will be conducted on 15th of May. Now if you are not in these 11 cities, you can still give the test in the online mode also, but the location, if you are giving this test offline, the locations will be updated on the Unacademy Plus website very soon, don't worry. And you can enroll through this code फॉर फ्री. आप अगर ये कोड यूज करते हो अर्पिता10 ARPITA10, यू कैन इनरोल इन दिस मॉक टेस्ट फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. आप बिना कुछ पे किए इस मॉक टेस्ट में इनरोल कर सकते हो. द लिंक्स आर गिवन बिलो इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स. मेक श्योर दैट यू इनरोल टुडे. एंड वेरी सून, दैट इज ऑन 22nd of May, we are launching Unacademy Ultra Combat. Now this is a scholarship, all India free scholarship test that is conducted on the Android app of Unacademy and on the Unacademy website also. It's a live test and you stand a chance to win scholarships and rewards worth rupees 10 crore. इस टेस्ट में आपको 10 करोड़ की स्कॉलरशिप जीतने का चांस मिलेगा भाई. प्लस 500 lucky participants are also going to win Amazon gift voucher worth rupees 10,000. So this test will be conducted in English and Hindi and it will be on the same pattern of that of the prelims examination. So you can enroll now for free and use code ARPITA10 ताकि आप free of cost इसमें enroll कर सको. ये सुबह 11 बजे 22 मई को होने वाला है. Do not forget to enroll. The link is given below in the description box. Question number 23. Which one of the following is the most important factor for the formation of smoke? Smoke के formation के लिए कौन सा इनमें से जो फैक्टर है वो काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है? लॉन्ग विंटर नाइट्स, formation of an inversion lid, rapid fall in temperature with increasing height above the sea level, presence of many air pollutant resources. उससे पहले, now before you answer this question, you should know the concept behind smog and smog formation. ठीक है? Because when you cram the definition, you will never be in a position to answer this question. और अगर आंसर कर भी दिया तो एक तरीके से तुक्के से ही आंसर होगा. But when you understand the concept behind smog and how is it formed and what is it, okay, then you can answer the question even without looking at the options. आप easily बता सकते हो कि इसका probable answer क्या होगा. So when we talk about the term smog, smog first was coined by Dr. Henry Antoine in July 1905, and it's a mixture of fog, dust and air pollutants such as nitrogen oxides, which combines with the sunlight and then they form a very dense layer of ground level ozone. So when ozone is on ground level, it is very harmful for humans, but when it is at a higher level, then it does not cause any harm to the humans. Okay, but at a ground level, ozone is very harmful and it is caused by coal burning in an area, slash and burn of crops. For example, Delhi में आसपास के एरियाज में क्या होता है, झूम कल्टीवेशन होता है, ठीक है, स्टबल बर्निंग होता है, because of that smoke is formed. Automobile exhaust, power plants, etc., they also release these gases. So here the question is, which one of the following is the most important factor for formation of smoke? Long winter nights? Nah. Formation of an inversion lid? Nahi bhaiya. Rapid fall in temperature with increasing height? Nah. Yes, D is correct. Presence of air pollutant resources, that is the most important factor for formation of smoke. भाई एयर पोल्यूटेंट्स ही तो सनलाइट के साथ मिक्स होकर ये डेंस लेयर बनाते हैं ओजोन का. ऑल राइट, सो इट वाज अ क्लियर कट यहाँ पर विनर. ठीक है, डी ऑप्शन. सो डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. इन्वर्जन लिड क्या होता है? बेसिकली इन्वर्जन मीन्स इंक्रीज ऑफ टेम्परेचर विद हाइट. ओके, हाइट के साथ साथ टेम्परेचर बढ़ता जाता है ना, दैट इज इन्वर्जन लिड. सो इफ यू नो अबाउट इन्वर्जन लिड देन ऑल्सो यू कैन आंसर द क्वेश्चन. तो ये भी आपका गलत हो जाएगा. Question number 24. Now this had been in news. अभी shawarma से related एक news आई थी ना, that a girl, she consumed shawarma and then she fell sick, and right. So this news is really important because यहाँ पर we are going to talk about Shigella infection. All right. Consider the following statements. Now, shigellosis or Shigella infection is a very contagious intestinal infection caused by a genus of bacteria known as Shigella. This was in the Hindu newspaper on 2nd of May and also on 3rd of May. The bacteria is one of the prime pathogens responsible for causing diarrhea, fluctuating between moderate and severe symptoms, especially in children in African and South Asian regions. Bacteria, after entering the body through ingestion, attack the epithelial lining. Ingestion means जब आप उसको consume करते हो, attack the epithelial lining of the colon, resulting in inflammation of the cells and subsequently destruction of cells in severe cases. Which statement is correct? कौन सा statement correct है? Let's see how many of you read that article in the newspaper. देखते हैं कितने बच्चे daily newspaper पढ़ते हैं. So the correct answer to this question is very good. It is C. All of the above statements are absolutely correct. Now when we talk about the Shigella, it's a genus of bacteria. Please write it down. इस चीज को लिख लो. Genus of bacteria which causes the infection called shigellosis. So this is the infection that it causes. Okay, and it is the second reason of diarrhea. रोटावायरस के बाद डायरिया का जो second leading cause है वो शिगेला infection ही है. It causes food poisoning, and worldwide it is the third leading cause of death in children who are less than of 5 years of age. Okay, now symptoms of this particular infection is that person might have stomach cramps which can last for 7 days, diarrhea, fever, and it is generally transmitted through contaminated food or water. और ऑल्सो इट स्प्रेड्स थ्रू पर्सन टू पर्सन कॉन्टैक्ट. तो अपने हाथ धोने हैं कुछ भी खाने से पहले. वॉट एवर यू ईट प्लीज वॉश योर हैंड्स. सेकेंडली प्लीज डू नॉट स्टैंड एंड ईट ऑन ठेलाज और ढाबाज. ठीक है, क्योंकि होता क्या है वहां पर पानी का कंटेमिनेशन रहता ही है. ठीक है, एंड प्लीज अवॉइड क्राउडेड प्लेसेस. ठीक है, because shigellosis is a primarily, it's a disease of poor and crowded communities because they do not have adequate sanitation or safe water. तो जहां पर भी आपको लग रहा है पानी या फिर जो तेल या जो घी या जैसे भी सब्जियां बनाई जा रही हैं वो क्लीन तरीके से, हाइजीनिक तरीके से नहीं हो रहा है, वहां से खाना अवॉइड ही करो, चाहे कितनी अच्छी खुशबू आ रही हो. ठीक है, एंड करेंटली देयर आर नो वैक्सीन्स which are available for this infection. All right, point clear हो गया. There are no vaccine available right now for this infection. Now what can be the treatment protocol for whenever a patient comes infected with this particular bacteria? First is to maintain that a person is very well hydrated. So in young children oral hydration is a must. Then antibiotics are used. Okay, and plus another thing is hand washing is said to reduce this infection or transmission by 70%. कहा जाता है कि अगर आप हाथ धोकर खा रहे हो ना या पी रहे हो तो उससे 70% ट्रांसमिशन तो वहीं पर ही रुक जाएगा. So these are the control measures which are used to avoid this infection. Coming on to the next question, question number 25. Below are few statements about tropical cyclone. These are revolving storms that develop in the tropical regions approximately between 5 degrees and 100 degrees latitudes. Then when the speed of winds rotating in the storm reaches 74 miles per hour, the storm is officially a tropical cyclone. The weakest tropical cyclones are called tropical depressions. If a depression intensifies such that its maximum sustained winds reach 39 mph, tropical depression becomes a tropical storm. Which of the above statements is or are correct? बताओ जल्दी से कौन सा स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है. Now here very easily you can detect if you know and understand the definition of tropical cyclone. 100 degrees तो बहुत high हो जाएगा. It is 30 degrees. Alright, so first statement is absolutely wrong. 1 हट जाएगा यहाँ से. Second and third are absolutely correct. Second and third statements आपके यहाँ पर correct हैं, तो B is the correct answer. Alright, तो यहाँ पर आपका 2 and 3 statements are correct. Question number 26. Consider the following statement. Cyclone Amphan is a tropical cyclone formed over Bay of Bengal. It has been named by Thailand and it is second pre-monsoon cyclone to form in Bay of Bengal in 2 years. The first one was Cyclone Fani. दोनों आपने पढ़े हैं during the lockdown. So now it's a time to answer the question very correctly and very quickly. Correct answer to this question will be very good. It will be C. All of the above statements are correct. तीनों statements absolutely correct हैं. Question 27. There was a big picture of Basavanna in the Hindu newspaper on 4th of May. So let's see how many of you looked at that picture and wondered how it can come in your UPSC examination, because it's a part of GS paper 1, that is art and culture. Consider the following statements. Basavanna was a 12th century philosopher, statesman, Kannada poet and social reformer. Basavanna spread social awareness through his poetry, popularly known as Vachanas. He introduced new public institutions like Anubhava Mantapa. Which of the above statements is or are correct? कौन सा statement आपका इसमें correct है? So the correct answer here is D. All of the above statements are absolutely correct. एक तरीके से ये parliament था, that he religious parliament that he established, which was known as Anubhava Mantapa. Question 28. Who among the following introduced new rite called Pahul? Very easy question. Guru Gobind Singh, Guru Tegh Bahadur, Guru Har Kishan, Guru Har Rai. Correct answer is yes, it is A. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he started this new rite called Pahul. Basically, you can say that it's a kind of baptism ceremony. Okay, so it means an agent which brightens, accelerates or sharpens the potentialities of a given object. That is Pahul. So in Sikhism, the baptized Sikh is called an Amritdhari. Sikhism mein baptized or initiated Sikh is known as, write it down, Amritdhari. Literally meaning Amrit taker, or one who has taken on Amrit. So Pahul is a kind of initiatory rite in Sikhism. जैसे कि क्रिश्चियंस में बैप्टाइज करते हैं, ऐसे यहाँ पर इनिशिएट करते हैं जब सिखिज्म में, तो सेरेमनी को पाहुल कहते हैं. Question 29. Consider the following statements on Guru Arjan Dev. He composed Adi Granth in 1785. He led to the completion of construction of Golden Temple. He was executed by Akbar on charges of helping Prince Khusrau. Now आप गुरु अर्जन देव के बारे में पढ़ सकते हैं when you study your spectrum book on art and culture. ठीक है, आर्ट एंड कल्चर की स्पेक्ट्रम बुक आप पढ़ेंगे, उसमें आपको इस सिखिज्म, सारे रिलीजन्स के बारे में और सारे गुरुज के बारे में भी पढ़ाया जाएगा. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इन दिस क्वेश्चन विल बी बी. ओनली सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. यहाँ पर ईयर रॉन्ग है, यहाँ पर रूलर का नाम रॉन्ग है. ऑलराइट, सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. Last question for today. Substantive equality adopted by some countries means. Now here let's understand the concept of substantive equality, and only then you will be in a position to answer the question. So substantive equality means when you want to achieve good results, or in the case of basic human rights or opportunities, or if you want your people to access good goods and services and good lifestyle and good health, then you have to take into account the key elements, that is discrimination, marginalization and unequal distribution. When you look at these elements, when you try to solve these issues, only then you will be in a position to establish a good life or good society. Okay, so substantive equality adopted by some countries means providing equal opportunities for disadvantaged and marginalized groups. Next is abolition of all special rights and privileges. All people must be equally treated at all times. Absolute equality in all spheres and to every person. Now very easily you can use your analytical skills to answer this question. D option is saying absolute equality in all spheres and to every person. But when a person has committed a crime, you cannot give that person absolute equality. Absolute equality is not a term which is in existence. ये absolute equality एक healthy democracy में तो use होता ही नहीं है. ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर किसी ने कुछ क्राइम किया है तो आप उसको तो एब्सोल्यूट इक्वालिटी दे नहीं सकते ना. सो डी ऑप्शन विल बी एलिमिनेटेड. ऑल पीपल मस्ट बी इक्वली ट्रीटेड एट ऑल टाइम्स. दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी एक्सक्लूसिव स्टेटमेंट. तो ये भी आपका, क्योंकि ऑल टाइम्स में तो कोई भी टाइम आ सकता है ना, टर्बुलेंट टाइम्स और टाइम्स व्हेन अ पर्सन इज कमिटिंग अ हीनियस क्राइम. सो सी विल बी एलिमिनेटेड. अबॉलिशन ऑफ ऑल स्पेशल राइट्स एंड प्रिविलेजेस, वो भी हट जाएगा, क्योंकि सम पीपल हु आर डिसएडवांटेज दे आल्सो गेट स्पेशल राइट्स. हाउ यू कैन अबॉलिश ऑल द स्पेशल राइट्स? कुछ लोग डिसेबल्ड हैं या डिसएडवांटेज्ड हैं, हम उनको कुछ स्पेशल राइट्स दे ही देते हैं. और प्रिविलेजेस तो सोसाइटी से पूरी तरीके से एलिमिनेट हम कर ही नहीं सकते. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर बी ऑप्शन विल बी deleted. Now we are left with A, providing equal opportunities for, yes, that is correct. भाई अपॉर्चुनिटीज इक्वल प्रोवाइड करो डिसएडवांटेज्ड एंड मार्जिनलाइज्ड ग्रुप्स को भी, सो दैट दे कैन कम एट पार विद द अदर सेक्शंस ऑफ द सोसाइटी. ओनली देन इक्वालिटी कैन प्रिवेल. सो ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर बाय मीन्स ऑफ लॉजिक. ओके, यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन में आपने लगाया लॉजिक और अपना एनालिटिकल स्किल्स. So these were the next 10 questions that we discussed. Please let me know what's your score in this lecture. आपका score क्या है इस lecture में, आप मुझे please बताएं comment section में. Alright. On this note, we are wrapping up this mock test. The last 10 questions we are going to cover them in the next lecture.